Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is your host, King Geo. Welcome to the King Geo Show. As you know, yesterday, federal judge Aileen Cannon appointed a special master for Donald Trump, ex-president Donald Trump. And I want people to understand one thing, the fallacy that's going around, that this judge Cannon is with Trump. Yes, she was appointed by Trump, and yes, she probably is a Trump supporter. But this case was not given to her just because she was appointed by Trump. This case was given to her because what goes in the circuit court in Florida, it goes like a roulette table, and cases are appointed by, it's like a draw. So today a case could be mine, and then the next big case could be yours, and the next case could be somebody else's. It's not appointed; it's given to them. It's like a roulette table. So the following case, whichever case it was, whether it was this one or another one, belonged to Aileen Cannon. The one thing that I can say about Aileen Cannon is that she's a young attorney. A young judge. He doesn't have that much experience. The one thing that I did not like about her decision was that she had mentioned that she was looking into giving Donald Trump a special masters. And that right there clouts everything. You're judgmental, you're being partial, you're not being impartial, and that's no good. Putting a special master here, all it does is delays the inevitable. Because if you're going to look at the evidence that they took away from Donald Trump and try to decide what can be in evidence and what can be, like attorney-client privilege, executive privilege, it's going to take a long time. There were medical records there, so that of course is medical, so that could be taken out. Client privilege, or attorney-to-client privilege, that can be taken out. But it's the executive power, and that's the key part here. Does Donald Trump have the executive power? Is he protected on the executive power? In my opinion, it's no, because he's no longer the president. And the big thing that looms over Donald Trump is, one of the big factors, is that the obstruction charge. He lied to the archive people, said that he didn't have any, and then he turned some in. He said he didn't have no more, and when they went to Mar-a-Lago, they found more, a lot more. So that's a lie. That's obstruction when you lie. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that he meant anything by it. I think he took those records because he's a narcissist. I don't think that he would ever go to another country and give our locations or give up on our spies. I don't think he has that in him. I do believe that, being that he's a narcissist, he likes to do things his own way. He took what he wanted to take. But I don't think that, espionage or betraying your country, I don't think he did none of that. Yes, he took some files that did not belong to him. He took files that belonged to the archives. It belongs to the government of the United States once he leaves office. And the only thing that I come to question is that why did he have highly classified, sensitive files with him? What was his intent to do with them? You could take maybe a letter or two that you wrote, something memorable, but why are you having top secret files in your home when that needs to be in the archives? Anyone can break in, or you could give it to somebody, and the problem here is that these files contain where our operatives are, where people are spying on another country for us, their location, troops location. That jeopardizes those people's lives, those men and women's lives, and it jeopardizes our lives because we don't know what's going on. So that's kind of eerie. Why would he have that information? And that would lead you to believe that he's giving away these secrets to Russia, or to whatever country. It doesn't have to be Russia per se. But I don't believe that he would do such a thing. But being the narcissist that he is, he had to take all the boxes with him. Because I don't know, he needs to prove something. Yesterday he said that the elections was rigged, the elections were stolen, he won the election. I mean, the elections, every 62 courts that he went to 63, but 62 courts said no, there was no evidence of fraud. He's still dangling on that fraud. He's still dangling on the people that go against him. He goes against him. Donald Trump is doing things for himself. He's not doing it for the country. He's doing it for himself. And when Biden said, all Republicans are mega terrorists, he didn't mean every person who's every Republican is a threat. He meant those right wing nuts, those white supremacists that believe that America belongs to them, and they will do anything and go to any length whatsoever to do whatsoever. That's what he meant. And I know some Republicans felt offended, and I understand that. But you have to read between the lines. The Republican Party has become such a mockery that all they do is it's for the party. It's not for the people anymore. How can you vote on something that's going to help the people of the United States, and you vote against it because the president is a Democrat, the Senate is mostly Democrat? How can you do that? The constituents, people put you in office for you to work for them, not for you to work for yourself or for you to work for big pharmaceutical companies. Okay? It's like Joe Biden. Joe Biden is going around the country saying that he has lowered drug prices, that he has that he has done this, he has done that, but he's lowered drug prices. That doesn't start until 2026. And the only prices, and the only drug prices, the only thing that went down on drug prices are 10 medications. 10 medications. How can you stand up there as the president of the United States and say that you have beat Big Pharma, and all you got is 10 medications? Not all medication. Not all. I'll give you an example. I saw today, or yesterday, where AOC was grilling the CEO of Gilead for Truvada. Truvada is a pill that is a PrEP pill that helps you protect yourself from HIV. I'll tell you later on how that works. If you want to know, just let me know and I'll explain it to you. So Truvada here is $1,760 per month. That's a 30 pill. That's a 30 bottle. A 30 pill bottle. While in Australia, it's only $8. And the CEO from Gilead said the reason it's $8 over there because those are generics. Those are not generics. The problem is the thing is that Big Pharma and those countries don't have a hold of the country, don't have a hold of medication because their country will not allow it. This is the only country that allows the big pharmas to have lobbyists. Lobbyists pays off congressmen or women, and you get away with it. And you do. So to stand there like he did yesterday and boast about medication lowering down in prices, just only 10 medication, that's nothing. You must well not do anything. Right? So once again, Aileen Cannon went over her head by appointing a master. I mean, the master's job is to make sure that everything is done correctly, that whatever if it's attorney-client privilege, that stays out. If something was missing, doctor's statement stays out. And all those things, that's what a special master does. As an independent special master. But the DOJ already did all this independently. They filtered everything out. But the judge said that she didn't trust the filter system that the DA office had. So you know that she's biased right there. She's just for one side. I mean, I understand why she did special master, granted a special master. But there was no need for that because the DOJ is not going to use medical records. The DOJ is not going to use certain records the DOJ is not going to use. So all you're doing is delaying the inevitable. Well, do I think that Trump will ever see president? No. That will never happen. But he's going to try to prolong as much as he can so that when he goes to, if he goes to trial, it'll be nothing, open and shut case. Because it'll be an obstruction charge. But I don't think it will go to that. This is new grounds the United States have gone to. This is unprecedented. So it's something new. Nixon was a different story. Hillary Clinton was a different story. So that's the big difference. But for that woman to say last week or a week and a half ago that she was leaning towards granting a special master instead of keeping her mouth shut or her opinion to herself, she blatted it out. And when you do that, what you're doing, you're telling the people that you already decided where you're going to lean to. When you're supposed to be, as a judge, as any judge, you're supposed to be impartial. Is DOJ going to appeal it? They might appeal it, but if they appeal it, it goes to the 11th Circuit Court. And that's in Atlanta, which is a what? A republic state. A Republican state. So, you might lose there. But you got to go for it, right? So, this judge is very young. He got this high profile case, and she figured, Trump gave me a chance, so I'm going to delay this. The DOJ cannot look into it no more. You cannot pursue anything no more as far as those records are concerned. So they're delaying the inevitable, because if Donald Trump gets indicted, that's going to be a first, and no president's never got indicted in the United States of America. And it's going to be all because of the obstruction, because he said he didn't have it, and he did. He lied to Congress, he lied to the FBI. And for all you people saying defund the FBI, those are the same people that were screaming that the Democrats want to defund the police. And they're screaming about, the Democrats want to defund the police. Now they're crying about defund the FBI. Do you see the hypocrisy here? Just like the way of the student loan forgiveness. Republicans were, the student loan, but they forgot that. When the PPP loan was given to people, nobody put money back in. Basically every loan was forgiven. And Gates has a PPP loan that was forgiven. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she had a PPP loan that was forgiven. I think that was for $182,000. But they don't tell you that. Marjorie Taylor Greene will say, you know what? I understand the American people. I'm all for forgiving these debts, because I too myself took out a $184,000 PPP loan because I needed it, and it was forgiven. So I'm not one to stand here and judge other people's economic status. That's all she had to say. But no, not her. She said this was a bad idea. She said this is horrible, blah, 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 blah. And nothing. You know that this loan forgiveness doesn't do anything. It gives a small dent to the economy, against the economy. That's it, a small dent, maybe 0.01%. That's it. A small point. So don't listen to what you say. She was not given the case. The case was given to her because it was her turn. It would have been that case. It would have been any case. But a special master for what she did was uncalled for. She didn't need to do all that. She should have just been quiet, did her ruling, and if that was her ruling from the beginning, she should have just kept it to herself. But this is what happens when you are young at your job. That's like Amy Barrett. Amy Barrett, the federal judge, the Supreme Court judge that Donald Trump chose and got confirmed, and is a Supreme Court judge now, she never even stepped in the booth of a courthouse. Not the courthouse. She never even became a judge. She never even judged anything. He didn't sit down at a bench. He didn't do anything. So how is he supposed to interpret something when you don't have the knowledge? What knowledge does she have of constitutional law? What knowledge does she have about her rights? I mean, she knows some, you know. But Judge Jackson was a public defender. She worked defending people. Sotomayor did the same thing. But the other judges didn't. So, like I said, Aileen was chosen. Aileen Cannon, Judge Aileen Cannon was her turn, and she did what she thought was the necessary thing to do, which I thought it was ludicrous. You know, but we as people, we as Americans, we gotta start sticking together, no matter what. If Donald Trump did what he did in this obstruction, then let him get charged with obstruction. If he broke the law, he broke the law. Same with any other president. I mean, I know that you guys shouldn't say, oh, but what happened to Hillary Clinton and her servers? That wasn't that as bad as what Donald Trump did. You know. I remember when Comey, on the hearings 2 years ago for COVID, the doctors were talking, and the FBI investigation just finished. And if you listen to what Comey says, he said that they found something, but as per DOJ's policy, they cannot prosecute or indict a sitting president. So that means that they had something on Donald Trump, but being he was president, they would not, you know, do anything to him because he was the president at that time. But now he's not the president. So those executive privileges are out the window the minute he walked out the door. So for the midterms in 62 days, go listen to the other candidates, see what they have to give to you, because they're all going to offer you the same thing over and over again. You know, so vote on the midterms for the person who you think is best fit for the job. Don't vote because you're a Democrat and you want to keep Democrat traditions. Something with Democrat, Republicans don't vote because of that. Democrats don't vote. Please don't vote because, oh, my mom's a Democrat, my dad's a Democrat, so I want to vote Democrat too. No. Both Republican and Democrats must sit down in one of these town meetings and see what these congressmen and women are offering you. And if you have to switch from what to blue to red or red to blue, then that's fine, because it's going according to what you believe in. You know, so I hope this helps you a lot. I mean, it helps a little. I don't want people to think that Judge Cannon was given this assignment, was given this particular case because she was appointed by Donald Trump. No, it just so happened that it was her turn to do a case. It just so happened that was the case. Well, if you guys have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. God bless.